Welcome, everybody, to the beautiful Great Crossing High School Gymnasium here in Georgetown, Kentucky for, I'd say, game of the week, but it's our second game of the week, second of three. I'm Cal Oakes with Keith Greiser. We're here with Great Crossing again, where we return to the scene of the exciting victory 2 nights ago as they defeated Henry Clay 63-61. 2 free throws from Trey Dawson with 1.5 seconds on the clock, ramping up the now school record winning streak to 5 games. They'll try to make it 6 tonight against the St. Henry Crusaders out of the 9th region. St. Henry comes down here with a record of 12-7. They were the 2020-21 All-A champions. A little bit younger this season, 2 seniors that lead them in scoring. The only seniors on the roster, Camden Fetters and Owen Setters, 12.8 and 10.2 points per game, respectively. And speaking of seniors, it is senior night, the night where Great Crossing haven't had a ton of seniors the first 2 years. They've got 4 this year that they will honor. They recognized before the start of warm-ups, and they will start tonight. They are Ty Skierman, Carson Walls, Taekwon Stakelin, and Ethan Payne, and whomever the lucky, presumably freshman is that wins the lottery in the locker room will be the 5th starter. It's going to be a little bit of a different scenario tonight than they're used to. Certainly those seniors can hold their own, but maybe a little bit of a break in rhythm too, which you don't necessarily always want when you're playing well, but it's a great night to honor the kids that have meant so much to this program.
Yeah, they had a great ceremony in between the JV and varsity game. They've already announced everybody, and the cheerleaders and the managers, and my boy Spencer Hansen. They announced him as the mayor of Great Crossing,
which
and walked
he
him
is.
out. And I love that he said that his future plans are to stay here and work at the school and volunteer to continue to make people smile. And that's definitely what he does. He's one of my favorite kids ever. And what a great way to start senior night. But you're right, Cal. I do think that senior night can be a time that's a distraction. They're playing so well and played so hard the other night against Henry Clay in a huge game of top 25 teams. And now you're playing a team out of the 9th region that's got not quite as good of a record. It'd be easy to overlook them. There's a lot of distractions with all the celebration. They're not going to start the normal starting lineup. And so good test for this young crew to see if they're mature enough to handle all of those distractions as they go into the game against St. Henry tonight.
2 guys you really want to recognize on a night like this, Carson Walls and Ty Skierman, because they're 2 guys that as sophomores played a pretty huge role in this team. You know, they weren't the leading scorers every night, but they were starters, and they were consistently in the thick of it, and they've had to kind of change their role and adapt these past 2 seasons as this younger group that obviously highly touted both around here and throughout the state is coming up through the ranks quickly. And Carson's had to accept a different role coming off the bench. Ty has been a starter for the most part, but instead of being pretty much the leading 3-point shooter as he was maybe sophomore year and to a little lesser degree last year, kind of is more of the to use a hockey term, the enforcer out there. He's the heart and soul, the blood and guts, does the little stuff. And that's something that every team absolutely needs, and Carson the same way.
Yeah, Ty has definitely taken that hard hat concept that Coach Page has implemented here. I think he's taken that to heart. And when you want to go out your senior year with great things happening with your team, and I know that they're not sad about giving up some of those individual accolades to have a 20-5 record right now and have a good chance of making a nice run here coming into the tournament time. And so, yeah, kudos to those guys for being unselfish. Coaches preach that kind of thing all the time, and when players accept unselfish attitudes, your team can do great things. And I think you see that happening right here in front of our very eyes here at Great Crossing this year.
Coach Steve Page said at a film session earlier this week, or maybe it was late last week, Ty was coming off a game where he didn't score, and he said, I'm the happiest guy around. He goes, I just want to win. And that's the senior mentality that you want, because there's that desperation that sets in when you realize you've only got a few weeks left to your high school career. And as Coach Page says, he's happier with 20 wins than he would be if he scored 20 points and averaged 20 points. So on a lesser team.
Yeah, and I don't. That's not lip service. I mean, his play shows that he's playing good defense and rebounding and toughness and getting on loose balls and doing all the little things that senior kind of sees that sometimes a freshman doesn't, as an opportunity to gain 1 or 2 extra possessions for his team. very impressive. And so I'm happy for him this year.
And as a senior, he's been wise enough to recognize the talent of his teammates and been willing to give up a good shot to get them a better one, and that's what you want. And that's why this team is 20-5. For a big reason why it is, as they made a big mark in the 11th region conversation the other night with the win over Henry Clay. It was a big night in the region as Madison Central knocked off Lexington Catholic pretty convincingly. So you had 2 beating 1 and 4 beating 3, according to the current RPI and according to, I guess, most people's perception as well and most of the rankings. So assuming those 4 can move forward through their districts and get to that point, it could be a heck of a tournament and a heck of a Final Four down at EKU in a few weeks. But you want to keep that momentum going, and here's another game. It's good to, and Coach Page has done a great job of this, getting teams from different parts of the state, different styles. I think we're going to see that tonight with St. Henry.
Yeah, Northern Kentucky teams usually a little bit physical, usually a little bit deliberate in how they do things. Coach Faust was the coach there when I played at Connor High School in the 9th region way back in the 90s. He does a great job at St. Henry and has for a long time. He'll give us a good challenge tonight. We'll have to be ready. And like I said, focused is going to be a big key for the Warhawks tonight.
They're in that region with Covcath and Dixie and Cooper. Their signature win this year was over Cooper, 54-50 on opening night. There have been some ups and downs for St. Henry since then, but they are coming in here certainly nothing to lose, not a region or district game for them. It'll be a good test for them as well.
They're coming in on a 6-game win streak too, so they're on a little bit of a roll as well.
Playing well as of late the past couple of weeks, which is what you want going into the biggest time of the year. Here's the national anthem. We'll be back on the other side.
You see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we came at the twilight's last gleam. You stars and bright stars through the nebulous skies, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streamed. And the rockets red, the monsters singing, came through the night, and our flag still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave.
Cal Oaks along with Keith Greiser and another pretty good crowd across the way. I think the word's starting to get out about this team, Keith. They're not going to be able to toil in anonymity or live off their future laurels much longer when you have wins like they had the other night.
Yeah, and you see all the talent in the world, and it's just a matter of consistency. And they've been consistent enough this year, but moving forward, I think there are big expectations, and I think these kids are ready to exceed them. Great to see this crowd tonight. I missed the band. The band was here the other night.
That would be nice.
Man, that was fun to have them here. But a really good crowd over there across the way tonight.
This is the only game in town tonight. Scott County had been scheduled to play Wolf County, which would have been a homecoming for Trent Gilbert, one of the all-time great Cardinals, as he's an assistant with the Wolves. But that game was called off this afternoon. Don't know all the details, but, that's the situation we're all in. Games get moved around and canceled, delayed, whatever you want to call it this year. And so that's where we're at. So we're happy to bring you this one here on NFHS Network, newsgraphic.com, the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network. We'll be with you Saturday night. I'll be with you for Scott County Sayre, big 42nd District boys game, 7:30. The tip for that one. St. Henry being introduced. Man, the lights go down, so I can't read my crib sheet here, cheat sheet to tell you who they are. Hopefully you heard Steve Maynard with the announcement. Vince Dawson III will be the lucky freshman to join the seniors. That might have been Steve Page's decision, or it might have been a blind draw, or we don't know. He said he was probably going to go by position or maybe by gut feeling. That's a good one to have out there if you're going to have one out there. Vince Dawson leading the team in scoring this year. He has now won 2 games either at the buzzer or in the closing seconds for this team. Coincidentally, both final scores were 63-61. One was over Western Hills on a running layup at the buzzer, and then the other night, the 2 free throws with 1.5 seconds left. Carson Walls, senior. Taekwon Stakeland, senior, has been a defensive pest. He's had a couple of double-digit scoring games as well. Come up in some big spots for this team. Had a great game down at Madison Southern on a Saturday night and a win down there when he had 11 points. Ty Skierman still holds the record for most three-pointers in a game with 7 at Grant County last year. He's had some other nights with 5 and 6. Like we said, the philosophy has changed this year. He goes to give the fist bumps to the refs. And Ethan Payne came over, joined after soccer season, and has played some great minutes off the bench, especially when this team was going through some COVID absences and they were down to about 7 healthy bodies at the varsity level. He really made some contributions. Big bucket in the Lexington Catholic tournament in the game where they beat McCreary County. Thomas Taylor celebrating with the seniors as they take the floor. And we are just about ready to get underway. St. Henry with Matthew Reesing, 9.4 points per game. He's a junior. Camden Fetters, senior, number 24, averages 12.8. Jack Grayson, a junior, 8.4. St. Henry will win the tap, lose the handle under the basket, now surrounded by Stakeland. Kicks it out for an open 3 up top. That's too strong, back rim. Rebounded by the Crusaders, though. They'll reset it over on the right corner. Along the perimeter, Stakeland, good defense out here. Walls will pick up the point guard. There's the drive and a foul on Payne as Owen Setters took it to the rim and will go to the line. 27 seconds in, first possession of the game. You haven't missed much if you're just joining us, other than the senior celebration. You're seeing the all-senior starting lineup plus number 1, Vince Dawson III. Free throw is good by Setters, 1-0 St. Henry. 6-game winning streak for the visitors, 5-game winning streak for the home team. Something's got to give. Setters makes both 2-0. Stakeland will bring it up, guarded by Fetters. He will drive and float it. Too strong. Payne fighting for the rebound, ties it up. That will stay with the Warhawks on the alternating possession as Payne and Jack Grayson went at it for the rebound. Stakeland will inbound it. Bounces it to Skierman, who steps back behind the line, gets it to Stakeland. Taekwon Stakeland, a little hesitation dribble. Now kick to Skierman in the corner for a 3. Nice arc on that one, but it just went in and out, and the rebound came down to Grayson.
They had 2 opportunities there, and Stakeland was really able to get by his man to create himself a shot the first time and then to create Skierman the shot the second time. That speed might be an issue for St. Henry in this game.
Inside, good little head fake, but too strong on the layup was Setters. Rebound came down to Dawson. Up ahead to Skierman and Walls. Everybody touching it on the perimeter. Payne fighting for space on the interior. And they will reset near the minute-and-a-half mark into this game. Warhawks yet to score. Stakeland finds Walls for a 3. Carson misses that one. Rebound comes down to St. Henry. Number 4, Rhett Ravenscraft. He's also a junior. Strong junior contingent for the Crusaders, wearing the blue and red. There's a nice bounce pass along the baseline to Ravenscraft. Missed it. Dawson tipped the rebound to Stakeland. Stakeland up ahead to Skierman on the run, but it's blocked. It will stay with the Warhawks. Reesing got a piece. Applauding is Coach David Faust, the veteran. I would say fair to say at least close to 30 years on that bench.
He has been there a while and done a great job.
Bounce pass in traffic to Skierman. He got tied up, but I think they're going to get St. Henry for a foul and bail him out. It's going to be Setters. Setters averaging double digits for these Crusaders along with Camden Fetters. So we're going to have to say Fetters and Setters carefully so don't confuse them. Payne losing the handle, but is knocked out of bounds by St. Henry's Setters. 6:01 remaining first quarter. Kind of a pedestrian pace here early on. As we said, a little different lineup. Now we're picking some debris off the floor.
Those,
might be from the
Senior
senior
Day
celebration.
celebration,
We've
that's
got
right.
confetti and whatnot. Garland. Here's Dawson. Finds Stakelin on the run at the foul line. Stakelin will step it back out. Finds Skierman on the wing, loses the handle momentarily, lobs it into Dawson. Nice dish to Payne for the lay-in. Ethan's the first senior on the board. Love to see it. Quickly up is St. Henry from the baseline, short. Rebound tip to Stakelin. They've got numbers, 3-on-2. Stakelin, no look pass to Walls on the run, drops it in.
That was a great pass by Stakelin. Looked it off from half court and fed him right in stride.
4-2, Warhawks on top with 5:22 remaining first quarter. That just awakens your defense. Everybody gets fired up after a couple of plays like that.
Then a really unselfish play by Vince Dawson to give the ball over to Payne for the easy bucket.
He knows what his role is on the floor right now as the only non-senior. There's a three that rattles the rim. And St. Henry, it's going to go out of bounds off great crossing as Payne and Stakelin were there to fight for it with Reesing.
Coach Page arguing that call just a little bit. I think it was either their ball or a foul on us. He went with their ball. So
it's fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
There's a right elbow jumper, and they're going to get the foul there. That was an easy call. It's going to be on Trey Dawson, his first. Clock stops at 4:54. Matthew Reesing will go to the line to try to tie it for the Crusaders. Makes the first. They're 3 for 3 from the foul line. Haven't made a field goal yet.
And you got to give this group that's in there right now credit for that.
Hanging in, as we said, a couple of guys with starting experience, certainly.
Well, and their rotations are good. They're giving good help defense, good position play. You can tell that they're really well versed in where they're supposed to be position-wise.
Stakelin stops, kicks to Dawson. Dawson passes up the shot. Yeah, Coach Page has played a pretty steady rotation of 9 when he's had them. So all these guys have been in the lineup at one time or another. Getting some quality minutes. Skierman with a three. That's true, and it's 7-4.
Good to see that go down.
You know it when he hits his first. There's usually more behind that. St. Henry up with it quickly, getting his own rebound and putting it back up and in is Camden Fetters for the initial field goal for the Crusaders at the 4:12 mark of the opening quarter, 7-6 GC. Walls with it behind the arc, gets it to Dawson. Skierman finds Stakelin in the corner. We're halfway through the quarter. Stakelin drives the left baseline, can't get it to fall. Gets his own rebound after it's tipped by Payne. Floats it to Walls. His drive is no good. Rebound comes down to St. Henry and Ravenscraft. Nice behind-the-back dribble there, but stripped. Now Skierman kicks it to Dawson. Dawson out ahead. Nice outlet pass to Stakelin. Stakelin tried to force it to Walls, who drops it to Payne. Can't get the layup to go in. Rebound St. Henry. On the run, Crusaders lose the handle as Fetters turns it over. 3:26 to play in the opening quarter, and GC has definitely held its own with this group. They're up 7-6. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach Page lets them play most all of the first quarter, if not all, as he has not even looked at his bench yet. Walls to Skierman. Left baseline. Jumper is good inside the arc. And Ty has 5, 9-6. There's a nice drop-off pass and an uncontested drive by Rhett Ravenscraft, 9-8.
Looked like the old Joby Hall play at Kentucky. You hit the high post and both guards cut. Didn't guard that one quite as good as we have other things tonight.
Made the handoff and ran for a first down. Stakelin. He brings energy when he's in. What a nice pass by Taekwon Stakelin to Carson Walls. Bounced it inside, old school, 11-8.
He's having a great game. Stakelin is distributing the ball. He's really putting pressure on the defense by driving and getting around them.
And that's great to know going in the playoffs. You have any difficulties, there's a nice reverse layup from St. Henry and Jack Grayson. But if you have any foul difficulty or injuries, God forbid, with Burrell and Richardson, you've got a guy like Stakelin who can play the point and drive to the hoop and get fouled and go to the line as he did there.
Another blow by. I mean, his first step's just quicker than St. Henry's defense.
When this team lost Daquise Brown, he transferred to Scott County early in the year. They really needed that person to come off the bench, that additional guard to step in the rotation and prove capable, and Taekwon has been that. At the 2:03 mark, Janias Burrell and Malachi Marino will check in for Trey Dawson and Ethan Payne. Ethan gets a nice, well-deserved hand. Taekwon at the line for his second. Missed the first one, makes that one. 12-10. Everybody, all the seniors have scored now. Dawson was the only one that hadn't, other than Stakelin. Pass to the top of the key. Getting rid of it. Nice spin and look inside. Kick back short on the jumper and rebounded by Walls. Jack Grayson couldn't get it to fall there. Nice pass inside to Marino from Walls. The ball movement tonight, Keith, has just been sensational.
Well, they're running the floor so well. We're really getting out on the fast break and outrunning St. Henry and getting some nice open layups. The guys are looking ahead and bumping the ball up unselfishly to the open man.
St. Henry telegraphed a pass. Carson Walls gambled on trying to jump the route and intercept it, and ended up fouling his St. Henry compadre there, Jack Grayson. And that will be his first, third on the team. St. Henry down 4. And again, we've yet to see a lot of the usual starters for Greg Crossing. Stepped on the line, did St. Henry's number 3, Carson Shea. Turnover, back to the Warhawks. Burrell will bring it up, 1:11 to play. Opening quarter, 14-10, GC on top. Walls with it. Takes his time, finds Skierman on the wing, now drops it off the Walls. Bounce pass inside to Marino. He'll draw the contact and go to the line. Stakelin with another nice bounce pass to the interior. The foul will be on Braden Fetters.
Yeah, that was a good post feed, and Malachi did a nice job of getting down low, and he was very good position when he caught that ball right next to the rim.
Marino misses the first free throw. Just a hiccup under a minute to play in the first quarter, 59.8 seconds. Marino will have another, the 6'10 freshman. 19 points and 11 rebounds against Henry Clay. That despite missing 7 minutes. Got knocked on the chin and spent some time on the bench. Makes the second free throw there. 6 different Warhawks have scored in the opening quarter. 15-10, they lead it. St. Henry, 3 field goals to this point. That's a nice pass, but too strong. Marino tipping around. Lucky he didn't tip it in. Now he will tie up Fetters, Camden Fetters. Arrow will go to the Crusaders, 39.5 seconds. Stripped, blocked, whatever you want to call it, by Burrell on the inbounds pass. He will find Marino on the run, missed the dunk. Just enough defense there to disrupt it from St. Henry. Stakelin gets the steal. Another steal by St. Henry is going to lead to a layup for Camden Fetters from Matthew Reesing. So a wild sequence there, cuts it to 3. Marino missed the dunk, then each team had a turnover.
That's one of those sequences where as a coach, you're just saying, pick it up, just pick it up.
Burrell, dribble behind his back, loses the handle, picks it back up, draws the contact. Good presence of mind by Janias to use his strength to get it back up towards the hoop and draw the contact, and he'll go to the line with 2.3 seconds left. Burrell, too strong on the first free throw. makes the second. So each free throw shooter has made 1 of 2 from half court. Not even close. And your score after 1 quarter, Great Crossing 16, St. Henry 12.
Yeah, I think that's a quarter that Coach Page is going to be happy with. All the distractions, they came out focused. They played really hard. The seniors all contributed in the first quarter. And to see the Warhawks pushing it so hard on the break, and Malachi Moreno with 2 runouts. He missed the second dunk, but still to be running the floor the way that he was, getting out, and several others. Taekwon Stakeland pushing the ball up the floor and not afraid to pass it ahead to get guys open shots. Very productive first quarter. I think Coach Page has got to be pleased with where they sit right now. And now they'll settle in with the normal rotation, I would think, and hopefully push this lead out.
Yeah, it was St. Henry besieged by the turnovers, 5, whereas Great Crossing committed only 1. Stakeland with the 3 assists. Beautiful quarter for him.
Gage Richardson's going to join the Warhawks on the floor this time, along with Jeremiah Godfrey enters the game for the first time as we start the second quarter. Burrell Moreno and Vince Dawson round out the 5 for the Warhawks.
Back to one of the traditional starting 5s. Skierman not in there at the moment. He occasionally starts where Godfrey is. There is a 3 from Richardson. Assist Burrell, and Richardson's another one. When the first one goes down, watch out.
A nice play. I don't know if Coach had it scouted that they were going to jump into a 2-3 zone, but that play was definitely set against a zone, and nice shot by Richardson.
Godfrey got aggressive with the defense against Camden Fetters, and Fetters is going to go to the line. Lob pass, and actually they're going to call it on the floor, which is the correct call. Fetters walked to the line and faked me out. Moreno disrupts the inbounds pass. It will stay with the Crusaders, who trail the Warhawks by 7 with 7:36 remaining here in the first half. 7 different Great Crossing Warhawks make it 8 already on the board.
I think that's Dawson. Just picked up his second foul right there.
Yeah, that's a rare situation.
Reach in on the drive on the post move. Couldn't help himself.
To the line for St. Henry, Braden Fetters, junior, averaging 5.5 points per game.
Knocks down the first one.
Makes it 19-13. Second one rattles around, rolls in, 19-14 your score. Burger King will present tonight's player of the game. There is a turnover as they tried to lob it into Godfrey, and it was intercepted by Braden Fetters.
Tried to throw that one right into a double team. Might have needed to reverse the ball once to create some more space.
Bounce pass to the foul line, guarded by Godfrey. They will kick it out. Good defense by Richardson in the corner. Thrown away, but recovered. Nice presence of mind by St. Henry, and even better presence of mind on the putback by Braden Fetters. He's got all 4 this quarter to cut it to 3. Again, little different rhythm for these Warhawks that are on the court now, coming into a game a little bit cold, but there's a pass from Burrell to Godfrey for an uncontested bunny.
Really nice ball screen against the top of the 2-3 zone.
Floater, no good. Kind of sailing out of bounds from the right baseline, but they got the offensive rebound. Another strong take for Braden Fetters to draw the hack. He will head back to the line.
St. Henry doing a nice job of pushing us up under the goal again and getting some offensive rebounds here in the second quarter. The ball bounces long. They're the ones that seem to be running it down.
Fouls on Malachi Moreno, his first. Another free throw goes down from Fetters. His team has hit 7 already. 3 have been off of his fingertips. Misses that one. And Stakelin back in the game, gets the rebound. Stakelin was playing so well, it was probably hard to take him out. Burrell with the drive and the flip. His first field goal, 23-17, 6:05 to play in the half. Bounce pass inside, short jumper is good for Matthew Reesing. Cut it back to 4. Intercepted, bad pass by Burrell, picked up on the run, reverse layup from Ethan Kaiser. And now it's a 2-point game.
Took it right to Malachi that time and made the reverse layup. Tough shot. High degree of difficulty.
Yeah, he ended up a tough angle because he had to think about Marino there. There's an open 3 for Burrell. He airballs it. Chance for St. Henry to tie or take the lead. Braden Fetters misses it. Tips the rebound to Richardson. Gage gets it to Burrell. Nice ball movement from Burrell to Marino to Stakelin for the finish.
That's some control for the 6'10 freshman. He caught it on the run. There was a guy there, looked like he was getting ready to take a charge, and Malachi under control dishes it off for an assist.
That's 8 Warhawks with a field goal already. Marino's the only one that's played who doesn't have one. He gave up an easy one there and being a good teammate. He'll get his, no question about it. Braden Fetters, nice work to get the ball inside from Ethan Kaiser, and Fetters with the finish. 7 points this quarter for the junior. That's above his per-game average of 5.5. 25-23 GC, 4:40 to play. Burrell thought about the 3, gives it up to Stakelin, who will not be shy about taking it. The lefty misses, and the rebound comes down to Reesing, and the foul it's going to be 1-1.
Malachi's second.
Marino's second foul will send him to the bench. Skierman checks back in, so you've got Stakelin, Skierman, Burrell, Godfrey, Richardson. So will be bonus the rest of the half. Another chance to tie it for the Crusaders. Nice pass. Couldn't make the layup. Another offensive rebound, but St. Henry throws it away. Stakelin leading the charge. Richardson drops it off to Godfrey. The block, can't get it to fall in, but he'll go to the line.
Again, really running the floor well. That time it was Godfrey on the sprint. Great pass from Richardson hitting the cutter.
When you can get your bigs to run the floor like Marino and Godfrey do, you're going to be able to do a lot of good things. Jeremiah makes the first free throw. Can't get the second to go. 26-23. That was a pass that was too high, but St. Henry comes up with it. Couldn't get it to rattle home, but another offensive board. That has been a deficiency for Great Crossing tonight. And Owen Setters, who only has 2 points. He averages 10.2, but he'll have a chance to grab 2 more here. The clock stops at 3:52. Walls will check back in. Looks like Stakelin will sit down.
Quality minutes again from Taekwon.
Definitely spreading out the minutes tonight. It is senior night. The seniors have played a great role as the missed free throw rebounded by Godfrey. Seniors have already combined for 14 of the 26 points. Warhawks lead it by 3. Looking for more. Burrell finds Richardson, left corner. Burrell gets it back. Burrell, drive, dish. Godfrey in traffic, spins. Hook, off the rim and in.
He stayed under control. He brought it down to his waist, and I thought they were going to call a jump ball, but he was able to rip it out of there and then go to the little half hook shot.
Godfrey's footwork is so good in there. He's going to be a force by the time he's a senior, only a sophomore. on this team dominated by so many freshmen. Warhawks by 5, ticking down to the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. Baseline drive, kick off of St. Henry as Setters kicked it out of bounds.
Nice back tip right there. Reached around behind, poked it out.
Burrell brings it up at a deliberate pace. 2:45 to play in the half. His team up 5. Janias Burrell stop at the top of the key. Too strong on the jumper. Rebound comes down to Ravenscraft. Rhett Ravenscraft with it, guarded by Burrell. Camden Fetters now on the strong take, but misses it. Rebound torn down by Skierman as it bounced behind Owen Setters. Richardson to Skierman, finds Burrell in the corner. Skierman with the drop off to Carson Walls. Walls drives past his man, tried to force it into Godfrey. It got intercepted. Here comes St. Henry. Camden Fetters on the run, missed it. Richardson rebound, under 2 minutes. Richardson, nice outlet, but it's tipped. It will stay with Great Crossing. He was looking for Godfrey. It was the right idea, but Owen Setters stepped in front of it.
Yeah, I think one of Coach Page's keys to the game must have been to push the ball. I think he must feel like that they can run on them. That everybody's got their eyes up the floor tonight looking for opportunities to get runouts.
I think St. Henry probably prefers a half-court game, but they've not been shy about keeping the tempo going. Bounce pass into Godfrey, gets taken away by the Crusaders, but falling out of bounds was Carson Shea. Couldn't complete the transaction, and it will stay with the Warhawks. 1:37 to go in the second quarter. Richardson to Burrell. Burrell drives the lane in traffic, falling forward, and gets it to kiss in off the window.
I'm not sure how he squeezed through those two defenders and got the ball up on the glass, but it was nice. Nice finish.
He is elusive. There's the drive and another reverse layup. That's by Jack Grayson. He's got 4 points, 30-25. St. Henry hanging in this one. Burrell bounce pass to Godfrey. Big quarter for Jeremiah with 7. That's the size of the lead right now.
The first step again, that time by
Rhett Ravenscraft
Burrell.
throws it to no one.
Stakeland was able to get shoulder to shoulder and create some things, and now Burrell's doing the same thing.
They left Richardson open, in and out. Godfrey, strong rebound. He's getting challenged for it. He will find Burrell. Burrell kicks it to Richardson for a second try. That's short. Rebound Crusaders. Rhett Ravenscraft has done a good job on the defensive boards to limit those opportunities for the Warhawks. Final seconds of the first half. It's been a solid one for Great Crossing. Maybe not spectacular, but they're up 7 against a good St. Henry team. There is a drive and a finish for Matt Reesing. 10 seconds to play. Burrell, drive, floater from the foul line. Can't get it to fall. Probably rushed that shot. St. Henry will get a chance from just beyond midcourt, just inside of midcourt, I should say. It won't go down. And your halftime score, Warhawks 32, Crusaders of St. Henry 27.
Cal, I think again on senior night to have come out with focus and play hard. I like the idea of pushing the ball up the floor and the speed of the two guys that have played point guard in Burrell and Taekwon Stakeland in this game has been the difference. They've been able to get past their man and create either a shot for themselves or the ability to just dump it down to the post man at the opposite block. That's been a very successful. I think we've gotten at least 8 points off of that action where our point guard breaks down his defender, gets by, and then draws the post man up that's defending and then dumps it off to the post player for an easy layup. I think we can continue that for the rest of the night.
Certainly a first half by committee. We will get to the scoring here momentarily, but it'll take a while to go down the list for the Warhawks as everybody got a little piece of the action.
which is great. You want to see that kind of balance, but you'd also like to see some of the guys who you count on night in and night out step up right now too. It's great for senior night festivities. Let's share it all of the wealth. But when you're only up 5, coming out of the second half locker room, it's going to be important to the first 4 minutes of the third quarter is going to be important to establish some dominance here by the Warhawks.
Yeah, you've kind of got to lock in and try to put the normal face on, if you will, and get someone like Vince Dawson III, who's only got 2 points, into the rhythm a little bit.
Yeah, and even he had a chance to shoot one and dished it off to Ethan Payne for a deuce, which is great, and you love the unselfish play. But they need Vince Dawson, Trey Dawson thinking score and attack mode primarily coming into the second half. Put the St. Henry team away.
And I think that will be the message probably from Coach Steve Page. He is certainly not shy about challenging Trey at halftime of games where he thinks he needs to pick up his scoring or rebounding. And again, tonight, it's just been hard because the minutes have been very evenly distributed as much as the points have. In fact, Trey's only played 6 minutes, hasn't taken a shot. It's been Skierman playing 12 and a half, Walls playing 12, Stakeland playing 12, Burrell 10, Richardson 8, Godfrey 8. They were in there the whole second quarter.
Well, you had Dawson and Moreno both got 2 fouls.
So that was a factor as well in that. You're right. Malachi played 5:29. So that's why they sat, and hopefully that'll give them a little bit of a cleaner slate to come out here in the second half and dominate. If you're a Warhawks fan, that's what you're hopeful for. 48.1% shooting, and a lot of that was a product of Taekwon Stakeland and Janias Burrell getting them in good position to score uncontested. Moreno, Godfrey, Payne, a lot of dimes from those two guys to the guys in the paint. And the scoring, Godfrey led them with 7, 3 for 3. I think they were all layups. Burrell 5, Skierman 5, Walls 4, Stakeland 3, Richardson 3, Moreno 3, Payne 2, total of 32. 2 for 9 from three-point range, 11 for 18 inside the arc, 4 for 8 from the line. St. Henry also pretty balanced. Braden Fetters with 7, Matthew Reesing with 6, Camden Fetters with 4, Jack Grayson with 4, Rhett Ravenscraft with 2, Ethan Kaiser with 2, Owen Setters with 2. Setters had 5 rebounds. St. Henry with a 19-15 advantage on the boards. Turnovers favor the Warhawks. They've committed only 5. The Crusaders with 9. 2 steals for Stakeland to go with the 3 assists. 4 rebounds for Stakeland to lead the Warhawks as well. So Taekwon's had a great night.
That was a big difference early in the game. He was getting all of the bounce around rebounds that nobody really grabbed, that just tapped it, and he'd come out of there with it, and then he was off like a jet to the other end with his head up, looking to see who was streaking down the floor with him. Really, really paid off in that first quarter especially.
Yeah, when he gets in the game, you can tell by how it goes early how it's going to go for him. If he gets off to a good start, that's how it will usually go, and it will be hard for Coach Page to ever take him out of the lineup on those nights. This great Crossing team coming off a top 25 win, a win against a fellow top 25 team, we can say now, as the Warhawks ranked in at least 2 statewide either computer or media rankings. They will take on another top 25 team in Lincoln County on Saturday night. That'll be here at 7:30. You can watch it on NFHS. We will be on the network. We will be at Scott County for their district game against Sayre. And then Monday night's the big one. GC at SC. It's a rematch of the Toyota Classic third place game, won pretty convincingly by the Warhawks back in December. I think both teams have been playing their best ball as of late. Hasn't necessarily always shown in the win column for the Cardinals. They had a tough loss to Henry Clay, 47-45 at the buzzer. And then a loss to a guy who may end up his career as one of the most prolific scorers in Kentucky history, Blake Reed of Bracken County, a sophomore who's already scored almost 2,400 points. He had 31 in a 70-63 loss for the Cardinals. So they are now 8-14. They'll have Sayre and then have to come back Monday against Great Crossing. And again, not a region game. I mean, not a district game, but certainly a game going into the 11th region where, who knows, they may play each other a couple weeks from now too. We can't be sure.
Yeah, I think that as much as I've been to more of the Great Crossing games to announce, but it's good to see Scott County gaining some rhythm in their flow, with Micah being out, and it took them a while to figure out how to play without him, and I think they're doing that now and really giving some teams fits, and they're going to be a team that people don't want to see in this tournament. They're dangerous. They've got a lot of weapons, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they do down the stretch.
They've proven, maybe not so much against Bracken, but against Henry Clay, they've proven they can slow down a scorer. They held AZ Blackwell to 10. I think the key for them has been getting guys like Lamarion McGrath and Quade Miles into the lineup and getting comfortable with the varsity level as they get more minutes out of necessity with the loss of Micah, and just developing that depth because you need it late in games. Teams, I think, early in the year thought they could pressure Scott County late in games because they were out of gas, and it cost them a couple of times, but it's been harder to do that lately.
And Andrew Wilhite has really stepped up what he's done for that team, doing some nice things in all phases of the game. It's been good to see that as well.
Yeah, Andrew, again, he's one like Ty Skierman. It doesn't always show up on the stat sheet, but sometimes it does in terms of steals and assists, and he'll surprise you by hitting the occasional big three-pointer. He hit a huge one in the district win over Bryan Station. He took one that if it had gone down would have beaten Henry Clay the other night. So he's a kid that's not shy about trying to help his team win at this point in the season. And you got to have that from your seniors. It'll be their senior night on Saturday as well. So if you're a Scott County fan watching this game tonight, get on out and support them, as was said on the social media post today. If you're a senior in the class of 2022, you've been through a lot, especially at Scott County. You missed out on a chance as sophomores to play in the Sweet 16. You had your season really gutted last year by COVID-19, missed more than 10 games. And then this year, a lot of starts and stops and injuries and things of that nature. So Cardinal fans, please get out. The crowd last night, I know they scheduled it on short notice, but our local fans were outnumbered by Bracken County fans, and it's just not acceptable. So please do show up Saturday night, 7:30 for that one. Give those seniors a good send-off. And then Monday night speaks for itself. That's a 7:30 game, and it's anytime it's the Battle of the Birds, forget the records, right? Anytime it's a rivalry of any kind.
I'll be on that one with you, so I'm looking forward to that one. Of course, I was telling you off the air last time we did that Battle of the Birds game, it's hard to announce because, like on this game tonight, I'm saying we when I'm talking about Great Crossing. In that game, both of the teams are we.
It's all we. There's a lot of kids that are near and dear to our hearts that we've watched grow up. Scary that I've been here long enough to watch a lot of them grow up now, and it's only gonna become more the case as we go down the road here with this group of freshmen coming up. So looking forward to that one. Great Crossing headed in on a hot streak right now, looking for their 21st win of the season and their 6th in a row. But St. Henry's putting up a good fight. It is 32-27 as we start the second half. More traditional starting lineup of Vince Dawson III, Malachi Marino, Ty Skierman, Janias Burrell, and Gage Richardson for the Warhawks, as they try to ramp it up here in the third quarter and maybe create some distance.
Yeah, St. Henry went to that 2-3 for a little bit in that second quarter to try to slow things down. And then when they went back to their man, they were really off the ball and functioning almost as a zone. I think Dave Faust has decided we got to get in the lane and stop some of this penetration. So hopefully the Warhawks can continue to attack here as we start the second half.
Camden Fetters dishes it to Jack Grayson, throws it away. Interception by Burrell on the bounce. Burrell drops it off to Marino, kicks it out to Skierman. Skierman floats a pass to Richardson inside to Marino. Cannot get the layup to fall in, but he'll go to the line.
Yeah, St. Henry came out, tried to run a back door, and there was miscommunication between the passer and the receiver, and he threw it, and there was nobody there except for Burrell. Nice steal.
Malachi, line drive free throw that rattles around the rim, no good. Warhawks 4 for 9 from the line. They've been a little better in that category lately. Early in the season, they were 50%. Tonight, now 4 of 10 as Marino misses both. Rebound comes down to Grayson. Drive and kick, bounce pass inside. Back to the left elbow, too strong on the jumper, and then reaching over. Nope, they're going to get the foul on great crossing. I think they're going to get Skierman from the reaction. There will be tie.
Said he had a hold of his jersey. That's a good block out, but if you grab the jersey out,
he was probably closer to it than I was, so I'll give the official the benefit of the doubt. It's easy to see a dark jersey being pulled like that.
3 veterans here tonight. Sometimes when you play on a Thursday, you get a different crew than you do when they have to spread them all out on a Friday.
That's true.
3 veteran officials here tonight.
It was a younger group last night at Scott County, and I'll just leave it at that. St. Henry ball, 7 minutes to go, third quarter. Owen Setters kicks it out to Fetters for a 3. That is too strong off the back rim and rebounded by Malachi Marino. Burrell directing traffic.
Trying to post up Dawson down there again.
They're going to get a foul that makes the kettle happy, so it's on St. Henry. Kettle's got the signs for the seniors tonight. I see a Payne and a Skierman down there. Burrell, long way to go before he's a senior. Strong take, but too strong off the glass. And here's St. Henry on the run, losing the handle out of bounds before he could take the shot as Matthew Reesing. Turnover.
Burrell got in the middle of the lane again and looking for people to pass it to, and there wasn't anybody available, so he just had to flip it up.
Long pass to Dawson, who will drive it to the foul line and kick it to Skierman. Skierman lobs it into Malachi. Spin, layup, good.
Nice control right there. I thought he might be a little bit behind the backboard, but he was able to position himself with his jump to get off the glass and knock it down.
Malachi was the only one of the usual 9 not to have a field goal in the first half. He took care of that detail there. Warhawks have, I believe it's their biggest lead now of 7. Matches their biggest lead. They were up 19-12 early on. St. Henry moving it around, trying to get some better shots here. They've gotten to the rim a lot. They've wasted some opportunities there. Not going to waste that. Yeah, they are going to, but it's going to be a second chance and an easy layup for Camden Fetters and a timeout for St. Henry. 5:32 remaining third quarter. It's a 5-point game.
St. Henry runs a lot of backdoor motion out of their 5-out, and they're not afraid to throw it just past the great crossing feet. Our guys are turning their head to guard that man, and then they turn their head as the guy cuts, and the ball's going right past their feet. I think we can get a couple steals if we can figure that out, because it's a little bit of a reckless pass that we could touch if we can get it figured out on when that's happening. We got to start rebounding better, though. That's another offensive rebound.
Yeah, St. Henry in the first half dominated the offense. They had 8 of their 19 rebounds off the offensive glass. And they've had a couple more here in this half. That one paying off for an easy 2 to get it back to a 5-point game.
Sometimes when your focus is getting down the floor on offense very quickly, that you leave before the rebound is secured. But I don't think we need to do that. I think we can send all 5 guys to the boards and still outrun them on the other direction if we'll transition quickly.
Burrell to Skierman for a 3. Ty knocks it down, smooth as silk. 8 points, 8-point lead, biggest of the night.
Really looked confident on that shot. And it was challenged. It was a good shot by Ty.
Someone right in his face. Short jumper, no good. Marino tears down the defensive rebound. Good sign there. They need more of that. Burrell, drive and bounce pass. Couldn't get it to Skierman as it was intercepted on a hop. Outlet by St. Henry. A little drop for the short jumper for Owen Setters. Nice ball movement there on the break for the Crusaders to get it back to 6. 4:40 to play. Skierman's going to take another from the same spot. Why not? 40-31.
So much confidence as he just couldn't wait to shoot that one. That's so fun when you feel that way.
Just get him the ball. Here it is. Might as well pull up and shoot another one. Now he's going to take it to the rim and miss. Rebound after the fast break layup. It'll lead to a St. Henry break, but a block by Marino. Ball fake and over Marino. Owen Setters puts it in, 40-33. Midway through the third quarter, Skierman passes it up to Dawson, in and out from the left corner. Rebound St. Henry. Drive through traffic and another reverse layup from Matthew Reesing. He has 8 points. They're not shy about going at Marino.
I was going to say the same thing. They're not afraid to take it in there or to finish over him. They've done a nice job of that.
Skierman for 3. No. Front rim. Marino puts it back, though.
Great job keeping it high.
Looks like a timeout for Steve Page here. It'll be the first one he's used in the game.
Try to look into the huddle and see what he's wanting to. There was something he saw there that he's wanting to correct for sure. I think he's talking about offensive spacing. Talking to Burrell about his penetration angle and Richardson about where he's supposed to be spotting up, looks like. I think he saw something in that they can take advantage of for that timeout. It's good to see Malachi get a couple of really aggressive rebounds since the last timeout. We need that to control the boards.
Tearing him down with authority. I'm going to tell you right now, someone is going to have to do something tremendously special in the last 11 minutes of the game to take that award away from Ty Skierman. For all the things he's done all year long, to finally come out here and hit some threes and have 11 points, put his team in position to bag its 6th consecutive win. Skierman drive. Tried to bank it in there, no good, but Dawson on the second chance. Trey Dawson with 4 points. Far off his usual pace, but he has given it up to other teammates tonight, knowing the situation. Ball on the floor as Richardson and Burrell trapping St. Henry in the backcourt. Crusader ball handler Grayson lost his footing.
So I think that might have been the reason for the timeout. Steve wanted to get into a press.
A little bit of an adjustment here. He saw a spot to maybe tear this thing open. Great crossing on the possession arrow. Will have the ball and a chance to get their first double-digit lead of the night. Burrell drive, foul, and he'll go to the line. It's something he has become exceedingly good at this year, and he's gotten better at taking advantage by making those free throws a little more consistently. Makes the first one here to make it a 10-point lead for the first time all evening.
He doesn't have much wasted motion. He does the one dribble and straight up method for his free throws. I like it.
I like his form. Coach Page likes his form. It's just a matter of just locking everything out and
here's the locking
in. 46-35 as Burrell sinks both. St. Henry passes through the press but throws it away.
Yeah, I think they're going to say we tipped
nope.
it.
Yeah, I'm going to say it looked like it might have changed direction a little bit. And they are going to give it to the Crusaders for an OB under. 2:47 to play, third quarter. Posting up against Richardson, who blocks it, was Grayson. On the run, Burrell flips it. Dawson the assist. Largest lead of the night is now a baker's dozen, 48-35, and Burrell forces the turnover as stepping on the baseline is Carson Shea. They're going to give a timeout as Dave Faust wants to talk it over, but the best run of the night by far, the Warhawks. They've scored the last 6 to open up their biggest lead.
Yeah, I think that Steve's jumping into the press really has affected St. Henry. They've looked a little scattered, and as you said before, they would prefer a little more of a half-court game. There's no doubt about it. They've even posted up well against us with our size advantage, and so throwing the press on them has been a big plus right here. I would guess he'll stay aggressive in the way that we want to continue to attack defensively and make them speed up. That playing just a little bit faster than they're comfortable with results in good things for us.
2:28 remaining here in the third quarter. Great Crossing had a tenuous 5-point halftime lead. They have stretched it out to 13. The 16-8 advantage. And it has been the traditional starting 5 getting it done. Richardson lobbed to Marino. He can't finish. Rebound Grayson. It's the play they're going to run 9 times out of 10 in that situation under the basket. There's going to be a foul on Burrell. He and Richardson trying to half-court trap and got a little too handsy. Marino defending on the perimeter there for a moment. Tough defense by Skierman there, forces the turnover as Dawson intercepts, finds Burrell. Drop off to Marino. Tried to get a little too fancy. Marino missed it. Now gets the rebound taken away. St. Henry going the other way. That's going to be a chance at a 3-point play. Nice outlet pass by Braden Fetters to find Matthew Reesing. Reesing in double digits with 10. And we'll try to get the and 1 to cut it back to 10.
I don't think Coach would have minded the stop and then straight pass to Malachi on that one. But when you try to throw the lob.
I think he thought he was going to dunk it, and I don't think Malachi was ready. Reesing miss, Skierman rebound. Burrell, he's going to make up for it by driving to the hoop. He'll miss it. He'll get his own rebound. He'll kick it to Skierman, who'll pass it up to Dawson. Dawson will shoot the short-range jumper, short off the front rim. Marino rebound to Dawson, to Skierman for a 3. No, Dawson tips it back and in.
That was Marino.
Marino, sorry. That was Malachi. My eyes and my mouth were not working in tandem. I saw Malachi do it. He's got 6 points this quarter out of his 7.
2 really impressive offensive rebounds there from Malachi. He wasn't standing in the same spot when the ball bounced to him. He went and got it.
Intercepted by Marino now as the bounce pass inside, and nobody for St. Henry was there. Minute to play in the third quarter. Marino to Burrell. Dawson posting up. Spin. Tough angle, but he'll draw the contact and go to the line. The foul is on Reesing. First foul on Matthew Reesing. It's the 4th on St. Henry. Warhawks have 4 this half. 50.6 seconds to play, third quarter. Trey Dawson sinks the first.
Good to see.
He's got 5 points. Balanced scoring tonight. Burrell now with 9. Marino with 7. Skierman leads the Warhawks with 11. That one kind of looked funny going in. Didn't touch anything, really.
There's the press paying off.
Steal for Skierman. 3-on-2. Stops, pops, short. Rebound, St. Henry. As Reesing takes it down. Kicked by Marino. They don't call it. Instead, it goes to St. Henry. He'll block it. Marino, good recovery there. Stakeland comes down with a board. Under 30 seconds. Walls, 15 seconds. Stakelin drops it off to Dawson. Dawson can't get it to fall, but Marino's there again. Blocked, recovered, spin, no good. Marino one more chance short, and the buzzer will sound. So Warhawks couldn't cash in there, but they still have their biggest lead of the night. The 20-10 gain in the third quarter to make it a 52-37 lead. Now you're at the point where if you can stretch that lead a little bit more, you can finish the game with your seniors, and I think Coach Steve Page would love that.
That's a position everybody wants us to be in. Really a good third quarter by the Warhawks there. They were the aggressors. Jumping into the press was a great call by Coach Page, and created several turnovers and scoring opportunities. And then I think the rebounds probably evened themselves back out a little bit with us going to the boards much better in that third quarter than we had in the two previous.
Warhawks doubled up the Crusaders that quarter to stretch this thing to triple their lead to 15. Struggling a little bit from the field, 42.6%, missing a lot in close. But they've held the Crusaders to 38.5, and more importantly, they've forced 17 St. Henry turnovers, committing only 6.
That's a big difference from the Henry Clay final stats.
Much, almost a complete flip. And the boards have tightened up too, 29-27 in favor of St. Henry going into the fourth quarter. Riesing, the only Crusader in double digits with 10. Skierman, the only Warhawk in double figures with 11. He's taken probably a season high 11 shots for him. He's 4 for 11, but 3 for 6 from 3.
Warhawks come out in a 1-3-1 zone to start this fourth.
In the corner, 3-point attempt, in and out, rebound Stakelin. Stripped. Nice bounce pass there, and the finish for Owen Setters. Pass from Ethan Kaiser, who's played good defense tonight. Dawson spots up and drains the 3. Wide open. You might as well take that one. He's got 9.
They kind of dared him to take that one.
I don't think they think it may be relying on this year's stats as opposed to last year's, as Dawson, the long arm of the law, makes another steal. Gets it to Godfrey. Spin, drop to Stakelin, and in and out.
Great pass by Godfrey right there.
Great ball movement tonight. Unselfishness from the Warhawks. Dawson going to reach in, get another steal. He's on the floor. Stakelin with a no-look pass to Godfrey behind the back. Showtime and a foul, and Jeremiah will go to the line at 7:03.
Vince Dawson with just some great 2 defensive plays in a row.
He's getting after it. Stakelin has provided some of the entertainment value tonight with his passing. Jeremiah Godfrey has 8 points with that free throw, misses the second. Rebound comes down to Riesing. St. Henry, looks like they're going to think about taking a lot of threes here in this quarter, although the drive there by Riesing is good. He has 12 points to lead his team. They're still down 15. Stakelin to Dawson in the corner. Stakelin bounce pass inside the walls, gets it blocked, but Dawson the presence of mind to put it back up. Missed it. Godfrey tips the rebound to Dawson. Still can't finish. Tips it, no good. 5th chance for Skierman. And he has the baker's dozen. 13 points for Ty. Pretty sure that's a season high.
That might be a season high for shot attempts on one possession as well. That was a bunch.
Let's hope it's not matched in the future. It's gotten ugly here in that respect the past couple of times down the court. Dawson just tears down the rebound there. Love the way he's playing the game tonight. It's not about him. As Coach Page likes to say, it's all about the team, and that's been Dawson's approach. Godfrey is going to go to the line once again as Stakelin worked the ball inside. to Jeremiah, and they just hack him.
Yeah, it might be getting a little chippy out there with a
Yeah.
couple of the latest fouls.
Another thing that you want to do on senior night, sometimes you, instead of making the easy play, you want to make the exciting play to give everyone some memories, and that's probably been the issue for Great Crossing a little bit tonight. Instead of just finish. But the lead is mounting. 59-41, and there's a putback attempt for Marino that's no good. Godfrey hustles for the rebound. He'll get pushed in the back. They won't call the foul, but it will stay with the Warhawks. Stakelin to inbound it, 5:52 to play. The lob to Marino. Thinks he got hit, probably did, missed it. 2-on-1, and the finish for Kaiser. 59-43, Stakelin spinning, gets it taken away. Reesing dunks it.
St. Henry has started trapping and flying around a little bit themselves.
Breaking through the pressure, and Dawson with a sweet little hook, courtesy of Godfrey. Timeout. Steve Page wants to talk it over. Not sure he's happy with the flow of things right now.
Yeah, that double team that they started throwing on Henry Clay started. I'm sorry, St. Henry started.
A lot of Henrys.
Yes, double teaming when we came across half court, and then they got a back tip on the rebound that Staken was just getting ready to move up the floor, and so a little more aggression out of the defense from St. Henry rather than the fall back into the 2-3 zone. Coach Page gets the timeout to get us under control. 5:26 left in the game. And you want to make sure that you have quality possessions from here on out. You don't want to slow down. You don't want to take your foot off the gas, but you certainly want to make sure that you have good possessions.
Sometimes, again, make the easy play instead of the pretty one. You're going to have the most balanced scoring of the season when this one is over for the Warhawks. Skierman 13, Dawson 11, Godfrey 9, Marino 7, Burrell 8. It all adds up to a 16-point lead right now with 5:20 to play. Kaiser with it. Kicked out for a three-point attempt that's no good, and a rebound by Marino. They've done a good job against Camden Fetters. They've held him to 6 points, only 2 in the second half as he missed that one. Fetters came in averaging 12.8 to lead the Crusaders. Stakelin dribbling off some time, 4:55. Now he will take it toward the baseline and leave it for Dawson. Back to Stakelin. Dawson, left corner, thought about a three, now gets it to Walls for one from the top, short. Rebound St. Henry. Walls likes to draw that charge. Instead, he's going to get called for the block. And Setters will go to the line. Did it go in?
It did, yes. It's and one. He made the shot.
I didn't even see it go in. And it's a three-point play to cut it to 13. So, and Setters has 11 just like that. He's the second Crusader in double figures along with Matthew Reesing. Dawson, Walls. Back to Dawson. Lead's gone from 19 to 13. It could go to 11 after another turnover as the finish for Camden Fetters makes it 61-50, and now another bad pass leads to a bunny, and it's a 9-point game. Fetters from Reesing. Not trending in the right direction. No, Richardson and Skierman will check back in.
St. Henry started really double teaming and hard hedging on the ball screens and has caused some trouble for us where we've been a little bit sloppy with our ball handling. And then that inbounds pass is just not excusable. That's just we didn't look, weren't focused enough on threw it right to them for an easy deuce. You know, I said we've got an experienced bunch of stripes out here tonight. The referee saw that turnover and the layup and turned around and looked at Coach to see if he wanted the timeout immediately. He knew it was coming.
Coach, I don't want to run your team
Yeah,
for you, but
yeah. When you have a feel, you have a feel. We need to down to 9. We need to get. I mean, there's still 4 minutes and 8 seconds left, and we haven't taken our foot off the gas, but we've relaxed, I believe, and we need to focus back in to finish this game off right.
just so many different combinations out there, and he's got his starting five, his traditional starting five back now. We having clock and buzzer problems. That was the issue early in the season. Guess not. Dawson to Burrell. St. Henry pressuring. Burrell dribbles through it and finds Richardson 3-on-1. Richardson floats it into the basket. Only his second field goal of the night, but that makes it an 11-point lead once again. Big one for Gage to stop the run here and the bleeding. Nice little ball fake and goes up, but leaves it short, and Marino with the rebound after the setter's miss.
Good D by Malachi. Moved his feet, got the challenge on the shot, and then also made sure he blocked out the shooter so he could get the rebound.
Skierman tried to bank it in. Marino will get a second chance stripped away from his fingertips. Grayson on the run, gets it to Reesing for an easy 2. Reesing with 16 points, still a 9-point deficit for St. Henry. Skierman from Dawson. And they'll set it in the half court. Skierman will leave it for Dawson. Now to Burrell. Burrell drive. Shot from the right elbow extended, no good. Marino offensive rebound. They work it to Skierman in the left corner. Can't rattle it home. St. Henry with a chance to get this to 2 possessions with a 3 at the 3-minute mark. 2:56 to be exact. Spin. Can't bank it in. Skierman tips the rebound to himself. There's the miss by Setters. Skierman to Dawson. Dawson will take a 3 that he probably didn't need to take and is no good, but Marino with the putback in the and one opportunity. Jack Grayson doesn't know what else he could have done to defend there. Marino with a chance to get into double digits with a made free throw. His team up 11, 65-54.
2 good rebounds in that sequence. Ty Skierman got a tough rebound that he had to tip to himself. Then Malachi came across the lane.
Marino struggles from the line tonight, continues. He missed that one long. 3-point attempt is good from Reesing. He's had a huge night for St. Henry with 19. Came in averaging 9.4. Timeout with 2:25 left.
St. Henry takes the full timeout. Dawson and Moreno looking at each other like, whose man was that? And that's
a good question.
Communication. It was nobody's, and he made it pay for it.
Again, just a little out of sync tonight, I think, and allowed the Crusaders to hang around.
Coach Page sending his guys back out quick, but this is a full timeout. Coach Faust may keep him on the bench there for a little bit over there. Here we go.
Closest it's been in a while, 8 points. It was a 5-point game at the half. It got up to 19.
Warhawks with a little bit of a different look on this press offense than we've seen.
My math is correct and my memory serves. It's a 16-5 run for St. Henry. Burrell to Skierman for the finish. Ty with 15 points, season best.
It's been a while since we've penetrated and gotten a layup like that. It's good to see.
Makes it a 10-point game once again. 2:08 to go. 4 possessions. There's a nice work inside to Camden Fetters. I spoke too soon when I said they were shutting him down. There's another steal, and Kaiser misses the short jumper that could have taken it down to 6. And probably a frustration foul, but also necessary to stop the clock by Fetters there, who has 6 of his 12 in the fourth quarter. Dawson will go to the line. It's a bonus situation. Trey with 11 points, 9 of them coming here in the second half. In and out. Rebound, St. Henry. Matthew Reesing to Kaiser, guarded closely by Skierman. Lob inside to Fetters, and one. Richardson with the foul. Camden Fetters has a chance to get this back to 5, which it hasn't been since the half.
Last 2 possessions, they've put Fetters down there on the block and told him to go to work, and he's done it.
It is good. 67-62, 1:41 to play. And we've got perhaps an injury timeout as Kaiser in some pain. Looks like he got hit in the shoulder or the chest. Rhett Ravenscraft, we haven't seen him in a while, comes back in. Richardson trapped in the corner. It gets kicked off of a St. Henry knee. Stays with the Warhawks, but things have gotten too close for comfort with 1:40 to play. It was a 19-point lead about a hiccup ago. Burrell finds Marino for the flush. Poster dunk over Setters.
Thought it might have been an and one.
Thought so too.
Timeout by Coach Page. Going to make sure we got the defense set. Really a nice look ahead. Malachi was ahead all by himself.
Was it Burrell on the pass? I think so.
I thought Burrell threw it to Scarman and then
Might have been.
over there. And then over there to Michael. Not Michael. Michael's down at Eastern. Malachi.
I've done that at least once this year, so.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what we come out of this timeout in as far as our defensive set. The aggressive plays have worked in the past, but I think we might want to go straight man-to-man and just man up and try to guard them. But they've been able to post us up with Fetters here the last couple of times. So it wouldn't surprise me if we went to a zone.
7's a better lead than 5 with 90 seconds to play. 3 possessions. Skierman, Dawson, Marino all in double figures. Godfrey and Burrell both on the cusp with 9. Shared wealth and glory tonight for the Warhawks if they can hang on and get their 6th consecutive win and end St. Henry's streak. There's a 3 from Reesing. Rainbow hits the back of the rim.
Warhawks
They're going to get the
2-3.
foul on great crossing. Richardson's going to get called for it. That's the 7th of the half.
That's one of the dangers of going to zone is that you don't have a specific person to block out.
Jack Grayson has not scored in the second half. He'll go to the line for 1-1. He scores here to get it back to 6. He'll have another.
He's only a 63% free throw shooter on the year.
Rattles the second one home, 69-64. Wouldn't know what to do if we didn't have a game that came down to the wire anyway. So it's been that kind of week. Skierman to Richardson, finds Marino again, a little too deep under the basket this time. They will save it. Richardson and Skierman playing pass. And Burrell will take it to the corner, dribble off some time. And there's a reach in. It'll be the 9th team foul on St. Henry to send Janias to the line. Clock stops at 1:05. Burrell, 9 points. A couple of big opportunities here to stretch this back out.
They do make me nervous sometimes, Cal, like a 60-foot pass that's a little bit off.
I mean, I know he's 6'10", but taller than that with the hair and the shoes. Burrell makes the first to get into double figures, make it 6-point lead, 70-64. 1:05 to play. rattles the second one in. So 2 clutch free throws from Janias.
Back to the 2-3 zone for the Warhawks.
Foul line jumper is good. Little turnaround from Setters. 71. They put it up on the wrong side of the scoreboard. 71-66. Timeout with 56.3 seconds.
They still haven't fixed the score yet.
Well, as soon as Dave Faust notices, or somebody on his bench.
They're all down there making suggestions.
Yeah. Say, could you go check the official book?
Yeah. There it goes.
Little wishful thinking from the scoreboard operator here in the Great Crossing home gym. Burrell dribbles into Red Ravenscraft, who will get called for the foul. Ravenscraft is fouled out. That's why we didn't see much of him in the second half. And Burrell will have 2 opportunities as it has reached double bonus territory. In and out with the first, so it will not be anything beyond a 2-possession game for the Crusaders. Short on the second. Rebound, Riesing. Here comes St. Henry. Bounce pass inside. Hook is short. Marino gets the rebound, and he gets hacked by Riesing. 40 seconds to play. Big stop for the Warhawks.
Ty Scareman on the defensive end. They posted up Fetters again, and he got good position, but we were able to bot him up, cause him to miss that 4-footer.
Malachi Marino, the chance to maybe salt this away or make it a little more difficult for the Crusaders, makes the first. These 40 seconds are going to take a while, I do reckon. Got quiet here as Malachi toes the line and swishes both. 13 points for the big man, 73-66. Nice back cut, reverse layup. They've cashed in on those reverse layups. Grayson with 8 points, 5-point game. Richardson in trouble, gets it to Burrell. They pass through the pressure as they find Skierman on the other side of the timeline. 18 seconds, and Burrell's going back to the line as Fetters will reach in. 17.6 seconds.
Nice job being under control. Warhawks didn't get hurried up. Solid passes. Just need to knock down some free throws.
And he does with the first. That's Burrell's 6th make of the night from the line. Ethan Payne, the Kettle's going to love it as he checks back in. Double high five from Marino. Stakelin and Walls will join Skierman and Payne on the court. As Coach Page thinks it's safe for these final 17.6 seconds. Burrell can make it a 3-possession game and pretty much ensure that. Does not, and the rebound comes down to Setters. Fetters misses wildly, but Setters with the follow. 9.3 seconds, not a done deal.
Coach Page, I like the sentiment, and it's senior night.
Yeah, but
This is a bold move.
a 19-point lead pretty much disappeared. I mean, that usual starting group had a great third quarter, but otherwise it's just been a fickle rhythm tonight, I think. It's just been hard for this team to keep the usual focus. Take nothing away from St. Henry, which, as you pointed out in the pregame, was red hot coming in, just as Great Crossing is. 6 consecutive wins to move from below 500 to 12-7 in a tough region up in greater Cincinnati.
They did take Moreno out and left Burrell in so they can handle this pressure with ball handlers.
Walls intercepted. Layup is good. 6 seconds, 74-72 as Fetters makes it. They're going to let the time run out.
Smart. The senior Scareman just said,
No
"I'm not
timeouts
touching
for
that
St.
ball."
Henry. 74-72 is your final. Deep breath.
Hey, every win's a good win this time of year.
You know it. 6 in a
All of
row.
All of the distractions that could have kept them from being focused tonight, they overcame it 74-72. And you know that they'll be excited headed into the weekend. Lots of good games coming up next week. But congratulations to these seniors. Happy for them and to get a win on the senior night and to be contributors. They were all contributors tonight. And that's something that'll stick with you. They'll remember for a long time.
'74-72. Warhawks get it done and move to 21-5 and drop St. Henry to 12-8. Malachi Marino, 15 points, 14 rebounds, 3 blocks. Your Burger King player of the game, Ty Skierman, 15 points, 3 3-pointers out of the 5 that the Warhawks hit. Janias Burrell, 12 points, 8 assists, 3 steals. Vince Dawson III, 9.6 rebounds, 3 steals. Jeremiah Godfrey, 9 points, 3 rebounds. Gage Richardson, 5. Carson Walls, 4. Taekwon Stakeland, 3 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 points from Ethan Payne. Everybody goes home happy with the total of 74. Great game from the relentless, never quit St. Henry Crusaders, who were down, says here 18, so we'll go with that as the official number, 59-41. So they finished the game on a 31-15 run to get it to 2. Matthew Reesing, 19 points and 8 boards, 5 steals. Camden Fetters, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 15 and 10, a double-double from Owen Setters. I'll be back with you Saturday night for Scott County and Sayre, 42nd District Boys action, and then Keith, you'll rejoin me on Monday, won't you, for Battle of the Birds at Scott County as GC takes its hot streak. They've got Lincoln County on Saturday night, and then they will tackle Scott County and try to go for the season sweep. Another good one. They've all been good this week for Keith Greiser, for James Scoggin, for Brett Smith, for Mike Scoggin, for DT Wills. I'm merely Cal Oaks. Glad to bring it to you here on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network. We've got 4 more here in the regular season and hopefully some region, district, who knows what kind of tournament action as well. Until next time, good night, God bless. Once again, your final score, Great Crossing 74, St. Henry 72. See you next time, everybody.